My name is Malcolm Cullum and I'm the owner of this place, which is the last remaining tin bungalow in Immingham on Pelham Road of what was a whole town built for the navvies who worked on Immingham Dock.
Can you just tell us about the history of the place?
Yeah, they were built in 1906 and they were presumably here for 10 years, and when the dock was completed in 1912 they were sold off. Most have been demolished, but now this is the last one.
Can you just tell us about who would have lived here and the other buildings in the town that we built at the same time?
Yeah, down at the lower end of Immingham, it's still known as bottom end and top end. It is on a slight slope, the town, towards the dock, so we can't get flooded if there is a surge. And down the bottom end they built this whole town of what was mostly dormitories, but they built shops and a beer hall and things like that. But they obviously put the bosses up the top end here. These bungalows are slightly bigger, and obviously they've been well maintained to remain all these years later.
So who actually lived in this property?
I can't remember exactly without looking on the board, but it mostly was the engineers, the chief engineer and the foreman. And funny enough, one was for the baker. So why that was, they obviously consider the baker as a very important person. I bought this in 1975. The one that was in Blossom Way was bought by my granddad in 1929. And so it won't be too long. It's now been in our family for 90 years. It's been demolished, but the land is still in our ownership. And it has varying tenants. One lady who was here for 20 years, and it got to the point with heat efficiency surveys that I couldn't let it anymore. They are rather cold in winter, I'm afraid.
And it's now a heritage centre?
Yeah, that's it. I've taken it back. We've stripped all the walls and painted them in the colours that we think originally we did find when we stripped the wallpaper off. We found paint underneath, but we think it was lead paint, so we quickly painted over. And it's gone back to the Tundra Group boards. We painted all the doors and the skirtings in brown paint. We've rewired in the old-fashioned wire and taken it back as though you're walking into somebody's house or bungalow in 1906, well, around that time anyway.
And it must be quite exciting, the fact that you're keeping the heritage of the town going, because this could have easily been lost into the midst of time.
It could be. I mean, they did list the last three, and that was remaining. One mysteriously burnt down, wasn't in our ownership, I must say. The other one, which was next door, has gone to Sandtoft Tramway Museum near Epworth, and they've reassembled it. So there's just the two remaining now, and I'm interested in Immingham history, and so it seems a good idea to do this.